What's up, y'all? We here with a new Robinson Wisdom series, Trill Talk. Question number 1 was, how do you start your own business? How do you find investors? Etc., etc. And that failed. How do you find a partner? That's a broad question because there's so many different ways to do it. I can't speak for the different ways that people do it. I can only speak for myself, my experiences, and the things I learned from some mentors along the way, that I've met doing executive protection and personal training and such, and by happenstance. So, something when I was able to have a good business talk with Warren Buffett, he said the first thing that one needs to do is you have to look at the economics of an area, because you don't want to go anywhere where something's down that should be up, or even on the flip side, something's way up, like maybe you could be in an area where like it's just popping for barbershops, and then you go and put a barbershop there. So even though something could be good and going on, it's a such thing as too good when it comes to business. Just like there's like too bad, but where there's a lot of barbershops not doing good, you want to open a barbershop. So the first thing you want to do is seek an area that's doing financially well. Always look at geography. You know what I mean? Like what freeways go through it, what cities are next to it, what towns are next to it, how far these cities and towns are. Even if you get deeper into it, do these cities and towns have money? And a person like me that's very thorough, what the thing I'm trying to open, these cities and towns, what's in them that matches what I'm doing. So if I'm trying to open this barbershop and I have 15 cities and towns next to me, how much money do these cities and towns have? How many barbershops do these cities and towns have? What's the quality of these barbershops in these cities and towns? I'm very, very thorough. So I just took what I'm learning and take it a few steps further. Then you want to specifically focus on where you plan to build when you pick that area. Try to pick, and like Warren Buffett said, one of the quickest ways of success is you always pick something. If you pick something people always need, you automatically have a higher probability of success. People always need their hair cut. Women always want to look beautiful, get their nails done, their feet done, stuff like that. So people always need construction and carpentry, things like that. So that's automatic fit. If you don't want to be that boring and cut and dry, and you want to do something new, then by all means do it. But make it new, make it exciting. Let's say you have a barbershop. Look at how barbershops are. Add something to the barbershop that most barbershops don't have, like a bunch of fucking PlayStations and Call of Duty in there or something. It doesn't take much to be a variant, and that's what you do. You put it in a place, make it a little bit spicy, where there's either bad versions of or no versions of, which works out even better for you, and boom, you're gonna have either great success or a good amount of success off top. As far as finding investors, I wish I knew. I don't know if there's some professional way to find investors or anything, but in the cases that I've seen, because I opened my businesses myself, like I end up doing pretty much everything in life, but it's weird. It's people that they know, like they will know somebody that's in a good financial spot and be like, hey, I have this idea where you invest, and it's usually like, yeah. And sometimes it's people that know some rich people, and they're like, hey, I got an idea where you invest. They're like, okay, cool, because people with money generally like to spend money, and the smarter people with money like to make more money. So besides that, I don't know how to find just a random person of investor. If anybody know that, let me know in the comments below, because I would like to know. As far as partners, I can tell you from my personal experience what not to do unless if it's very specific, which is partner with a friend. It gets messy very, very fast, just like working for a friend. They feel like they can cut in areas that if it was just a professional relationship, they know that they 100% know they can't cut the corner. But they're like, oh, I could cut the corner. I cannot do this part of my business obligation on this date we're supposed to because we're friends. I can get this 10-day leeway, or I can be late on paying this because it's my friend. I can get this leeway, or cover for me and let me not have my part. I can get this leeway, and it gets messy. Just like working for a friend, they'd be like, oh, I could pay you offer you less, or and stuff because you're my friend and you'll help me out and stuff. If you can find a friend that's very good in separating friendship and all about business and really on that hustle, there is nothing that works better than that outside of having a significant other that is about that hustle. You have a significant other that's about that hustle, you guys support each other and everything. You're trying to build this dynasty. Let me tell you, ladies, there is nothing better than a man that will support you. And luckily, men are generally very supportive of females, even when they shouldn't be. Like, look at OnlyFans. And men in this society, it's getting harder and harder to find a woman, but they say a woman is the backbone of a man for a reason. A bad one will bring you to the lowest of lows, and a good one will take you higher than you can ever get on your own. You will never go higher than a supportive woman. You know what I mean? Even if you partner with your best friend in the world, it's just nothing better. So if you're lucky enough to find that, or a good friend to do it, that's what you do. But be very careful with the friend thing. Very careful. Like, observe your friend and make sure they hustling nonstop and matching your level, or come very close to it or above it before you ever partner with a friend. Other than that, it's better to do it with somebody you don't know, that you ain't friends with, or an acquaintance that you just see on a hustle and you're like, hey, I want to do this business, so let's get these contracts. And another thing, friend or not, get a contract. And nowadays, unfortunately, even if it's a significant other, get a contract, especially you men, because when it comes to money in court, it is partisan to females taking all your shit. So contract always, no matter what, protect both people. That's how you started. I'm not gonna really get into the employees and all that and how to treat them when you do it. And this, Warren Buffett gave me a lot of tips on that, as well as a mentor of mine, Joe Hipple, and such. But because that wasn't part of the question, but that's my suggestions on starting a business. And another thing, do something you love. It's just like working. If you work, and what's the little thing, you work in a field you love, you never work a day of your life, even though that's bullshit, you're working. But I get what they're saying. Don't open a business as something you don't love, because people think like, oh, I want to open a business so I don't have to work. You have to work your ass off to open a business, and then work your ass off like you never have in your life to make that business successful before you can leave it in somebody else's hands to run and chill. So everybody think opening your business is all chill. You will do more work than you ever imagined when you open it. So make sure you love what you're doing. And that is the Trill Talk session number 1 of Robinson Wisdom. Hope you guys enjoyed. Ask me any question. It could be fitness, relationships, sex, boxing, Muay Thai, MMA, anything y'all want. Anything, diet, nutrition, in those comments below, and I answer another question another day. I'm out.